thinks he can beat me. You think you can beat me?
Yeah, I think I can beat you.
For real? Hey, unless Siri says otherwise. You got one little game.
One game. One game's gonna turn into many.
What, 3?
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Herbert to throw right away.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
He's got it to Williams. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
Now back to throw. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. To the air again, Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now it's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, when he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Steps away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Oh, come here.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, L.A.
Cooper Kupp,
70 yards.
and the Rams take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Things a lot different than the last time they were on the field. Remember, they threw the interception, gave up the touchdown, and now trailing 7-0 and looking for a response.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick, and the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well.
Touchdown, Rams! Allen Robinson on the receiving end from Matthew Stafford. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. So out come the Chargers. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. Herbert throwing again. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works, and they get the 2 instead of 1. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Howell now to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Rams ready to go on offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
Yes, sir. Bring him down. Off the yard. That's massive tackle right there.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Everything you have.
On 1st down at Stafford.
Got him long.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Put him on front. Lock him up. Yeah.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now it's Stafford. Going up top for Kupp.
Utterly. Yes, sir.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out.
Return that.
And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. And he will be taken down here, and that's certainly not how you draw it up. A clever idea, I guess, to try to return the missed field goal, but it's going to wind up costing him yardage.
I possibly did that on purpose.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because We don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Herbert now.
I'm not throwing it. No, you're not.
Find Everett there, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First down catch there by Gerald Everett, who made the move to the Los Angeles Chargers, knowing that they enjoy utilizing their tight ends. Remember Antonio Gates, Hunter Henry? Everett hoping to be next in line at that position to give them big-time performances.
Herbert back to the air. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Stop.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Henderson running straight ahead. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On the counter, it's Henderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Stafford on first down.
Yeah.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Now a play fake it at Stafford.
Pick. Give me that.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. This is caught by Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
They'll run for it with Eckler.
That's first down, baby. Let's go.
Before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler.
There we go.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now first and goal. Herbert. On the screen, complete to Spiller.
That's a touchdown.
Chargers. Isaiah Spiller, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go to cut the deficit now to 2, 17-15.
Gonna get a stop right here.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Isaiah Spiller. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Second ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. Throwing on third down, Stafford.
Yes, sir.
Not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On fourth down, Stafford. Rolling to his left.
We on that.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
On second and 11 now. Stafford.
Pick.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown. Ben Skoranek, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Rams will add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Quick strike to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. To try again after the sack. Herbert.
Yes.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Chargers on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Back in the end zone. Touchdown.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Josh Palmer from 19 yards away. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Dang it. He did.
And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on the PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts.
Yes.
And look at this. They get the
Let's
turnover
go.
they needed. It's intercepted.
Khalil Mack.
Picked off by Khalil Mack.
Let's go.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Herbert and the Chargers down 24-21, 2:23 to play. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Gotta ice the cup and I'll take my little time. Take my little time. Gotta take my little time.
It's Eckler again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Ernest Jones there for the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
So how you day doing?
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the offense. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So now it's the Rams' turn, trailing by 4, 26 seconds to go. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Out to his left. This is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Nothing can save you now, but no play can save you.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Stafford. On the move to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone.
Thank you.
Forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
No, he will not.
Picked off by David Long. And the Rams come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where...
No, legit, I gave you that game. I just scraped it off the top.
On your own system too. On that own system.
We run it back right now and I beat the crap out of you.
Try it, come on.